Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
Thanks for hanging out. We love to improve your home and improve your life and get you the spirit of Christmas with the beautiful voices of the good time carolers who have been in our studio the whole time. And it's nice to have live
music.
music.
Can I tell you that my life would be improved if these guys would just move in with me and sing at home?
See, there'd never be stress.
It would always be gentle. While I was making meatloaf, I'd have this sound.
You can't find whatever it is.
And I could just keep saying to the kids, shh, the Christmas tree guys, they're singing right now.
The carolers are here. Yeah. So, Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. In fact, I was sharing with you that I found the ultimate little string of battery-operated lights.
They're LED too, right?
They're LED.
Yeah.
I got them.
See, I love that. They won't burn out.
They won't burn out. It was like maybe $7. Yeah. It was a string of 100 lights. I wanted them for my wreath and just kind of for little places inside the house. And they're on a timer.
And they come with a timer and LED.
Inside
what could be better?
So basically, the minute you put the batteries in and start it, it knows. It'll stay on for about 6 hours or so, and then it comes off. And then, so now on my wreath on the front door, at 5 o'clock every night, these lights come on the wreath.
Man, that's amazing.
Anyway.
And how much was it?
It was around $7.
That's amazing.
For sure under 10. You'll find these.
It's going to put the lighting business in the toilet, for crying out loud. That's amazing.
So let's talk about lighting a Christmas tree. What are your secrets, Eric? When you got the tree, now it's, right there in the corner.
That's right.
What are you going to do? How do you get the lights on?
Here's what I do now, and I think it works much better. I go from top to bottom. Right, and I just do a slight zigzag. So when I remove the lights at the end of the season, it's so much easier than coming around and around and around. Right.
Right.
So I'll do the origin at the top and then bring it back down, sort of slight, maybe 6-8 inches in either direction, and do my strands all emanating or originating at the top.
So you do one section at a time.
That's exactly right.
And then the next section.
Yeah. So let's say I'll do maybe 6 or 8 sections with 6 or 8 strands.
So then how do you? Because let's say that you've started at the top.
Yeah.
And where do you leave the plug? The
plug comes down at the base of the tree.
Okay.
And then I'll just have all the connections down underneath the tree.
Okay.
And then you don't see them because the skirt's there and the abundant gifts are there.
And the ornaments.
Have fallen, hopefully not. But yeah, that's how I do it.
Now, when you do that, how are you getting the lights like deep into the?
Oh
the
yeah,
center?
I go back and forth and zigzag.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I don't like it when it's just on the edge. You want it to feel like little twinkling
amateurish.
stars.
No, you got to go in. You got to go deep.
You got to go all the way in there. Now you could hire somebody to help you.
You could.
But you like to do it yourself. I like to do it myself too.
I do, and I also like to do it with the lights plugged in. I think it makes a big difference when you see that they're on and illuminated. I think you can get the right placement.
Because then you can see if there's like a dark space in the tree. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that just seems to work the best. I've tried every possible technique, and that's the one I think that works.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, try it.
I have to tell you, though, last time we did it, I started at the bottom. But I think your version sounds better. I don't know. I felt
because then you get the awkward plugs at the top, and you're trying to obscure it with something.
And the heft.
There you go.
It doesn't work.
And again, our friends at the Good Time Carolers told us that their tree in the lobby fell over because it was too weighty on the top, and people don't anchor enough on the bottom. So that you don't want more weight on top. You want less.
Okay. All right. So the first step then, I guess, is to figure out if you're going to use lights that you had from last year.
Yeah.
To check out to make sure that they're safe and good quality and all that stuff, right? You don't want wires that are fraying.
No, you got to check all your cords, all your connectors. Also, don't double up, triple up on the power strips in one source and one plug. Okay, you want to definitely disperse it if you can. So import power from other parts of the room if you have to, if there's going to be a lot of electrical stuff right in one area. You can run it along the baseboard. You can actually duct tape them down to the floor temporarily. If it's just like they do in production, they'll tape cords on the floor so you don't trip on them.
And
you
pets,
can get away with that.
Things like
and
that.
Pets, pets too. So be careful with that, and always double check that if you don't have a ground, like don't plug. If you have an old plug that doesn't have a ground in it, don't just keep loading up stuff that's wrong for that plug. You want to definitely find one that has a ground in it and use that as the origin, because that's going to save you in case stuff overheats on you. And then also always know where your panel is in your house for your circuit breakers. So in the event that you do blow circuits, you can easily deal with it during the dinner party, and the stuff doesn't get cold because you're like, I can't remember where the power comes from. You want to know that beforehand, right?
Oh, it's a romantic candlelight dinner. Come on.
Yeah.
But, Christmas lights, have you been to the stores lately? They have come up with so many new styles. I mean, it's everything from big bulbs to small bulbs.
So you like the big bulbs now?
Well, in different ways. I think I like the big ones. Not on a tree. I like the big ones we were talking about, like using them in artistic, non-traditional ways outside and inside. For instance, on a sleigh, on your guitar.
Sure.
A string of lights just to kind of casually give it that kind of a kicky retro look. But then for the tree, I think I like the teeny tiny ones.
Let's get an informal poll. Good time carolers, you like big or small lights on your tree?
Wow, well, the traditional ones, those retro ones, those are kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of the Charlie Brown Christmas.
The big ones?
Yeah, the big ones. But the little tiny ones, those are the ones that sparkle. And they
like
and they
stars.
just
bubble light.
Yeah.
Oh,
the bubble lights.
bubble
Those are
lights.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of preference, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
and speaking of bubble lights, bubble lights, John, I grew up with those as well, and they're making a big comeback. That's kind of where there's that liquid tube, and then as it warms up, then all of a sudden you see little bubbles going back and forth. And now there's globe lights and even icicle lights for your trees.
Those are kind of cool.
If you get
I've
the
seen those
LED,
outside, and
for indoor too. And so if you get the LED, it looks almost like blue purple. It almost looks like a dark, kind of a snowy.
And then
tree.
I've seen some where you can actually change the color of the lighting with a dial. Have you seen those?
No.
Yes, they're
Really?
LED lights that you can actually change
For your
the
Christmas
color.
tree?
Yes.
No.
I swear I've seen them. They're amazing. They're
Well,
a little pricey, but they're really cool.
So now if you can't
So you
decide,
could, one night you want a golden feel, next night you want something purple. Maybe you want to go hot with a red light at some point. Who knows?
that's
what
a
you're
great
gonna do.
idea.
Yeah.
It seems like that would save you money in the end, because
I
then you
think so.
wouldn't have to keep changing lights.
I always say spend a little more on the lighting. It's going to last you longer. Mm-hmm.
So those are all really cool lights that are out there. In fact, they have all kinds of different versions. I love the icicle idea. I love the globes. And now there's also this, not only the multicolored has made a comeback.
Yeah.
For the longest time it was like,
it was just the white lights.
just go with clear lights.
Yeah.
Now multicolored has made a big comeback, not only for the exterior of your home, but for your inside and for the tree. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking of going multicolor. I'm thinking going big this year. I'm going to try it. I'm online looking right now. The old C7 light strings, that's the one.
Well, and there's also fairy lights. Now, fairy lights, they look almost like Tinkerbell. If you can imagine, like in Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, where you could just barely see her.
Sure, yeah.
It's on a metal strand, a really, really thin metal strand, and they can come. I've seen this both battery operated and plug in, but the little lights are so teeny tiny, it almost is like a firefly, and you can put that on maybe a smaller tree or different kind of decor you have.
Sure.
Up. And then there's also Christmas rope lights.
Yeah, those are cool.
You know what I mean? That come
Can I just talk a little bit about? Everybody's going to start getting up on a ladder pretty soon to
sure.
decorate the exterior of the house.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of ladder safety. I just did this morning because, well, I don't have a front door key. So here's what.
Oh, no.
So I left without taking my medication.
Okay.
Had to get back in the house.
And it's not bad medication.
No,
it's just basic
a little
stuff.
Synthroid stuff.
Okay.
Had to get back in the house. What did I do? I climbed up the ladder, got in through the window, basically broke into my own house. But I had the ladder on an incorrect purchase. It was sitting on, and I was in a hurry. I was trying to get here. And I realized I was on the second to the top step. And, you get on ladders. And I'm on them all the time because that's what I do. But a lot of people don't. So if you're on precarious footing with the ladder as you're trying to hang the icicle lights from the gutter, you want somebody there spotting. You want to have somebody there to help you out, because really the fall from the ladder at this time of the year is a total nightmare.
No.
So just please, people, be careful. Also, working with electricity outside, if it's raining like it is here in LA today, you want to make sure that everything's grounded and you're not just dragging stuff through puddles. But always have a helper if you need to bring boxes down from the attic with Christmas supplies. Take care of your body, because it'll serve you through, and then you'll be able to throw the dinner party.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Round of applause.
Good advice.
Thank you very much.
So, in terms of more technique to set, make sure you are getting your Christmas lights all set up. Have you ever tried to repair Christmas tree lights? Do you even go there?
No.
You
I
just
don't.
kinda
I have such low tolerance for
just get a new strand.
tangled extension cords and Christmas lights. I throw it into the garbage and start over.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you can. They have
Yeah.
those tester kits, and you could change a problem bulb. In fact, they come with spare bulbs.
Yes,
You know?
yes. But they operate without having to replace them now, which is the good news. Because I do have some that are burned out, and I just tuck them a little further and don't see them. That's what I do.
Okay. So now, besides getting all the lights set up, there's the ornaments, and we love the idea of not only having regular ornaments, but embellishing your Christmas tree ornaments with, well, let's say little jewels.
Oh,
bejeweled.
Wow.
So we're going to talk about that coming up as you're listening to Home Wizards. We're going to first listen one more time to our friends, the Good Time Carolers.
This is a fairy tale all about a funny snowman. He put on a hat, a high silk hat, and he came to life and ran. Oh, Frosty the snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life that day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Oh, Frosty the snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run now, have some fun now before I melt away. Down in the village with a broomstick in his